if I told you that buying a property solely for the purpose of renting it out may not be the smartest financial or investment decision to take this year? Now, before you come at me, let's think through this, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. Is buying a property solely for the purpose of rent a really smart thing to do? But before we go on, if this is your first time on this channel today, I would like you to subscribe, like, leave a comment, share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with your ex, share with your loved ones, your family. They will watch it too, and they will make smart decisions because of you. Today we'll be having a conversation that I think is a bit controversial, but I mean, if it will bring more money to your pockets, then count me in. One of the questions that I really want to address is buying a property solely for the purpose of rent, is it a really smart investment decision? But before I go on, I want to give some context to what I'm saying. So you see, generally in real estate, there are two major reasons people purchase. Number one is for use. So I'll give you an example. Somebody wants to buy a house, for use. He wants to stay there, or he wants maybe somebody around him to stay there, or whatever it is. But when they buy it, they want to use it. Now, that one, there's a different set of things, or there are different set of things that we check when we're looking at real estate for personal use. For example, what are the age ranges of your children, if you have any? Because if they are young, we want to ask, are there schools within the vicinity that they can attend? But some people say, oh, we're 60 or 70 years old, we don't have any children, then we don't have to take into consideration schools. So it gives you an idea of the kind of things we look for when we're talking about real estate for personal use. But there's another route where people buy real estate solely for investments. Notice the words I'm using, solely. In that case, they don't have any business with whether there's school, whether there's church, whether there's mosque, whether they're far. All they are asking is a very simple question. Can this give me a good ROI? So in that case, many smart investors are even doing further comparisons, saying, why should I put my money here and not put it in stocks? Why should I put my money here and not put it in treasury bills? Why should I? You just know what I'm saying, right? So when we're looking at solely for investment, we're concerned about one single thing. We're concerned about the numbers. All right. So the purpose of this video, we're taking the solely for investment route, assuming that you are buying a building solely to use it for rent as a means of investment. So one of the questions that, like I said, I always ask, is it really a smart decision? All right. So to answer this question, I would like us to use numbers, because the numbers do not lie. So let's take an example. You buy a property for, say, 100 million naira. All right. On the average, the rent is usually between 5 to 10% of the property purchase value. Depends on many things like the location, but let's use lower band, 5%. So you buy a property of 100 million, 5% is somewhere around 5 million naira. Now, if we don't calculate for inflation, that's, the currency is getting weaker per year, and we don't calculate for depreciation, that's the building itself is going to be getting worn out. At some point in time, it's going to need renovation. If we don't calculate for that, if you purchase that property at 100 million, you need 20 years to break even. We're not accounting for renovations, we're not accounting for all those things. We're just saying, keeping all those things constant, you need 20 years to make your money back. I will throw that question back to you right now. Is it a worthwhile investment to invest and break even in 20 years, which most likely will not be the case? No single profit. All right. If you look at it carefully, it just may not be the smartest of things to do. So I tell people there are a lot of other things that rent is great for, but I personally have a bias, and I don't think rent is a great profit strategy. I think rent is a great strategy for recurrent income, not a great strategy for profit. So, one of the things we're doing when we're doing portfolio analysis, trying to help our clients build their portfolios, and we begin to see the client is edging towards retirement. Those are the kind of people that I may personally recommend that they may have some rental properties in their portfolio, because you see, by the time you begin to hit 50, by the time you begin to hit 60, at that point in your journey, You are not interested in just making all the money. You're getting to the point in your life where you're not going to be able to actively exercise yourself to get money. So that point, we need to put things in your portfolio that can give you recurrent income. Whether or not it's a profit, no, just be able to sit down and there's money coming in that you can use to service, yourself, service your needs. So again, like I said, I don't think rent is a profitable strategy. I think rent is an income strategy in real estate. So many times when I say things like this, I don't get the next question, which was okay, I get rent is not profitable. So what do you think is a better strategy as opposed to rent? It's actually something that has been popular in the commercial space. I genuinely don't know why it isn't as popular in the residential space as it is in the commercial space, but it's what we call long lease. So just calm down. I'm going to explain exactly what long lease is. So what is long lease? It's quite simple. Instead of me renting a property, I could talk to the owner and say, look, this property, allow me own it for 20 years, all right, which is what they call a lease. You have right to use that property usually for 20 years. And if they give you a lease, you can actually sublease it. So if they give me for 20 years, I could sublease it and, maybe rent it out and get my money. So let me break this down again with another set of numbers. I'll use, at the time of this video, an estimated set of values. If I wanted to get a 2-bedroom in a place like, say, Yaba, again, at the time this video is being done, a 2-bedroom will be going maybe anywhere between 60 to 80 million naira. But for the sake of this video, let's use the lower band. Many times, if I wanted to lease it for 20 years or maybe 15 years, depends on what's available, I could probably get a lease for anywhere around 20 to 30 million. But for the sake of this video, let's use 20 million. So I'll give you a very practical example. Let's imagine there are two houses, house B and house A. A buys his 2-bedroom flat outrightly for 60 million. B says, I don't want to buy for 60 million. I would rather long lease it. So the person does the long lease of 20 million and owns the house or owns the right to the lease for 20 years. What would happen is both of them then want to get tenants. The person at this house, assuming the houses are exactly the same, the person at this house will get a tenant that will pay maybe, for the sake of this video, let's say around 3 million, 2-bedroom, yeah, maybe 3 million, all right? The guy who also leased with 20 million naira would get a tenant that will also pay him 3 million. I'll always say something. The person who owns and the person who leases, the tenant will be the same. You don't get paid more because you own, and you don't get paid less because you leased. So both of them get 3 million naira per year. This guy has sunk in 30 million naira, all right? It take him 20 years to recoup his investment without calculating inflation, without calculating depreciation. This other person has leased for 20 years, all right, with just 20 million naira. Getting 3 million per year, maybe in about 7 years, he breaks even. This guy breaks even in 20 years. This guy breaks even in 7 years. Now, what's the con? What's the bad side of a lease? The bad side is you really don't own the property for life. But again, remember, we're looking solely at an investment standpoint. Imagine both of you had 60 million. Why this guy will buy one property? This guy could actually have 3 leases. So, when you earn 3 million, he earns 9 million on his 60 million, which is almost 1/6 of his investment. In 6 years, 6-7 years, he's recouped it. Now, if you invest that 60 million, you have that 9 million, it can serve as a deposit next year for another lease. So what can happen is within the next 2, 3, 4 years, this guy can expand his portfolio from having just 3 to having maybe 4 or 5 or 6, depending on how aggressive he is. And then this guy has just one property. And all those 6, don't forget, he could be bringing in extra 2, 3 million, depends on how many bedrooms it is. So from an investment standpoint, this looks like it has more sense than this guy who sinks all the money, all right? Again, there are pros to everything, there are cons to everything, and it depends on your objective. That's why I said from solely an investment standpoint, because some people actually want to own something permanently in their name and all that, but we'll do another video for all that. So One of the questions I'll always get is, okay, you said a couple of things about long lease, so how can we get started in long lease? There are a couple of numbers that are scrolling here and that would also be in the description of this video. If you've been interested, someone on my team would be able to schedule a 5 to 10 minutes free real estate consultation call where we'll be able to work with you personally, if you want to start investing in real estate, or you maybe want to expand your portfolio in real estate. So the numbers will be scrolling on the screen right now, and like I said, they're also in the description. And if you have listened to this video to the end, you see long lease or rent, they are just one of the many ways, or two out of the many ways that you could make money in real estate. If you leave a comment on this video giving me feedback, you would also receive a free material that shows you a lot more ways that you could use to make money in the real estate industry, right? I'll be expecting your comments, I'll be expecting your feedbacks, I'll be expecting your messages so we can commence your real estate investment journey. I hope this was valuable for you. And again, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Share this video with your friends, enemies, loved ones. Let them know that there probably is a better way they could invest their money in real estate. Before we go, if you found this video valuable, I'm super sure that this particular video is going to blow your mind. So take a minute, take the next 10 minutes, take the next few minutes of your time and check out this video. It's going to be a really amazing video. Till the next episode, I remain Realtor Z, your plug for the best real estate investment deals, and I'll see you on the next one.